Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. As promised, I am doing a Q&A video, so let's get those good questions that you all have. First question, the last kicker, wants to know how long you made your first YouTube channel. Well, I'm pretty sure that I had this channel since November 2011, or in case if you need any proof, you can look at the date in which was the day that this YouTube channel was born, even though that was a weird time for me. Ben Keelather, sorry if I mispronounced your last name, wants to know your favorite GTS, DUHOP, or Grimm. It's very debatable that you have these two men who put up the brand of Grimm's Toy Show since 2014 or earlier days, and then started having an actual wrestling show on YouTube 2 years later. It's probably hard to say who's better when it comes to seeing these two men, even despite that they have held all the accomplishments and accolades in GTS wrestling. As for anyone who's very sensitive about the booking and how GTS goes on, I think you might have taken the wise guess of who's better between Grimm and Doo-Hop. And honestly, I don't have a strong opinion on who's arguably better between these two men. But man, I feel like I'm getting a vibe of who's arguably better between Batman and Superman. I don't know if that's a great comparison. Jackson, the Game Dude 138, wants to know if you had the choice to be a member of a faction, which one would you choose? Man, that's a really great question. I mean, I know guys would be so cool to join those organizations like the New World Order. I mean, in my opinion, I had a feeling that the Bullet Club would be a great place for me to join. And if you ask me, which version of the Bullet Club, the Elite or the real OG firing squad, I'd say I will always breathe with the Switchblade in his real era, so I'm siding with Jay White and the GOD, Bullet Club for life. Le Champion, Sammy Guevara. Oh yeah, that's a great username by the way. Good compliment though. What is your favorite game? Wow. You probably thought my favorite game is going to be a wrestling game. Guess what? It's not. My favorite game is Super Mario Bros., which is one of my favorite games since childhood days. Mikey7200 wants to know what kind of dream match would you like to see in 2021? Bro, keep on with the good questions, man. Dream match. I can name every dream match I wanted to see in 2021, but honestly, the only one or two particular dream matches I actually want to see is Bryan Danielson versus Kota Ibushi or Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. It's going to be a 5 to 6 stars match in pro wrestling history. GTS Maniac wants to know what released WWE wrestler would you like to see in GTS? Man, once again, another great question. Out of all the WWE wrestlers who have been released in 2021, I'd love to see Breezango, Tyler Breeze, and Fandango making a guest appearance in GTS Wrestling, although there's no way that Grimm would afford to get these two guys on GTS. My real answer is I'd love to see August Gray, who is now going to be back as Anthony Green, making his return to GTS Wrestling. And yes, he's the former GTS champion, even though he held it less than a day. Logan Hinton, once again, wants to know what's 2 plus 2? Well, my friend. I used to be a great mathematician back in high school, but how do I say this? Oh, yeah. I actually found out recently that there was a meme about 2 plus 2 equals, well, 5. And this is a math mangling. I was very entertained with math memes rather than the actual math problem solving. I mean, you see those conspiracy, 2 plus 2's equal 5, which obviously we all know it's 2 plus 2 equals 4. You see, the more I'm looking at the actual math problems, the more times I will lose my brain cells. And I gotta say, That's the best math problem I've ever seen. And if you thought that I was actually dumb about this, I was just being sarcastic. Well, not in a best way. Mag Agent wants to know, what is your favorite GTS championship belt? I'm gonna be completely honest. Out of all the championship belt that GTS has, most of them have a similar design like those original championship from WWE and AEW. I can only say this will never change my opinion no matter what anyone says. The YouTube title design from 2017 to 2020, that's saying something. I probably don't need to explain why, because that tile will always look very prestige to me in my opinion, but will never go on the level of the World Heavyweight Championship, like the big gold belt I meant. Last question, Mania Daniel. Okay, I'm gonna try my best on what your question says. Will WWE get a GTS wrestler? If yes, who would it be and why? Man, I'm gonna be quite honest. You got someone like Robbie E and Priscilla Kelly who has been on the GTS roster, especially they were veterans or megastar before joining GTS. However, when it comes to seeing those GTS stars who only exist because of Grim and the entire fans out there, it's really hard to tell who's going to be joining WWE. I was going to say Philly Mike Swanson, but despite that, he was already been trained up to become a wrestler before joining GTS. And you know, he's a GCW guy, and I had a feeling that he could be signing with AEW in the next few years or so. But since you asked me which GTS wrestler should be signed with WWE, I guess I'll say Hitman Jones, because this man held his American pride behind his back, and most of all, I think he would be great on WWE 205 Live. However, if you put Hitman Jones in AEW, I think that would be a great place where he could wrestle there rather than in the WWE, because, you know, it could be quite complicated when it comes to WWE not utilizing a lot to those talents on the roster. I mean, I can give him a compliment that he has the style of Jeff Hardy, and he could be like the Darby Allin of WWE. I don't meant the gimmick, I meant to say his style of wrestling. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. Anyways, that's all the time for Q&A. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you again in the next one. Hey, did you watch the video? If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Just a reminder, make sure to tap the little bell so you don't want to miss the latest content on YouTube. Alrighty then, as always, stay safe, peace, and good day.